Chapter 3. Shadows of Weston and Kareem. Evening settled over Mardan. The streets sank slowly into darkness as yellow gas lamps stretched long shadows across crumbling buildings. Jalal adjusted the collar of his coat, glancing at Mehran as they walked. "Mehran, knocking on the doors of men like Weston and Kareem isn't easy," he warned quietly. "They pay off half the politicians in this city. You know the kind of power they hold." Mehran's lips curved faintly, though his eyes stayed cold. "Truth is always locked behind gilded doors, Jalal. And my work is breaking them open." The offices of Weston and Kareem. They soon stood before the Gran Facade of Weston and Kareem Trading Compania, towering structure of old stone, guarded by a silver-plated gate. From inside drifted a strange mixture of tobacco smoke and parchment. The reception hall glittered with chandeliers, its walls hung with portraits of long-dead British officers. Yet despite the luxury, the air carried an unnatural chill. Their welcome came from a man whose manner was gracious, but whose eyes hinted at calculation. Professor Iftikhar, dressed in a simple white shalwar kameez beneath a European coat, his hair streaked with gray, he radiated an odd blend of charm and danger. "Ah, gentlemen," he said warmly. "Mehran Khan and Jalal Sahib. I've heard whispers about you. No to Mardan, yet already making a name." Mehran shook his hand. Iftikhar's smile was flawless too. Flossened, his eyes, deep and guarded, seemed to conceal entire worlds. "We have only a few questions," Mehran replied evenly. The hidden file, Iftikhar guided them into a large chamber, lined with dark wooden desks and cabinets bound with iron locks. As Mehran's gaze swept the room, he caught sight of a crimson folder tucked discreetly in a corner. Its label read, "Confidential." Project Ahmed before he could move closer. Iftikhar stepped smoothly into his line of sight, as though he had read Mehran's very thoughts. "Ah, confidential papers," he said lightly. "I'm afraid, Detective, not all knowledge is meant for all eyes." His tone was friendly, but beneath it lay a quiet warning. Jalal broke the tension. "We're only here to ask about Sohaili man found dead this morning. What was his connection to your company?" Iftikhar tilted his head, as if carefully choosing his words. "Sohail, he was nothing more than a small-time supplier, hardly important to us." Mehran remembered Zoya's remark. Perhaps the killer forced him to smile. As Iftikhar spoke, Mehran studied the man's expression. His smile, too, seemed unnaturally perfect. Underlying tension later, as they left the building, the air outside was heavy with silence. Zoya was waiting for them on the street. She looked directly at Mehran. "Do you trust him?" she asked. Mehran's reply was steady. "Trust? No. But curiosity, very much." Jalal tried to lighten the mood. "Careful, Zoya. Starting to sound like a detective yourself. Must be Mehran influence." She smiled faintly, and there was something in that smile, something that struck a quiet ache in Mehran's chest. He looked away. Night suspense. That night, alone in his dim office, Mehran could not shake the memory of the red folder. He opened his diary and wrote, "This case is no longer about Sohail. The city hides a deeper labyrinth, and every path leads back to Iftikhar." On the page, he sketched a face smiling and, beneath it, wrote a single word. Iftikhar.